Hi all. In this session, we will learn about flow control protocols used in the data link layer. In this session, we will learn about stop and wait protocol. First, let's understand what is flow control and what is the need of flow control in data link layer. Flow control is considered as a design issue at data link layer. It is a technique that generally observes proper flow of data from the sender to the receiver. It is very essential because it is possible for a sender to transmit data or information at a very fast rate, and hence the receiver cannot receive the information and process it. That means if the transmitter is sending the data at a high speed and the speed of receiving the data is comparatively lower than that of the transmitter, then it is not possible for the receiver to collect and process those data. So there should be some mechanism to control the flow of transmission. For that purpose, we are using flow control mechanisms. So simply flow control in data link layer restricts and coordinates number of frames or amount of data sender can send just before it waits for an acknowledgement from receiver. Flow control is actually a set of procedures or protocols that explain sender about how much data or frames it can transfer or transmit before data overwhelms at the receiver. Next, let's see what are the various flow control mechanisms used in data communication. There are typically two types of protocols: stop and wait protocol and sliding window protocols. For noiseless channel, we will follow stop and wait protocol, and for noisy channel, there will be sliding window protocol, which follows stop and wait ARQ, go back and ARQ, and selective repeat ARQ. We will learn about all these different flow control protocols in detail in the upcoming sessions. First, let's understand the stop and wait protocol usually followed in noiseless channels. The simple basic stop and wait protocol is there will be a sender and there will be a receiver. The rule for sender is send only one data packet at a time. When the receiver receives the data packet, they should send an acknowledgement message to the sender so that the sender understands that the data packet is received correctly at the receiver side. Only after getting the acknowledgement message from the receiver, the sender can transmit the next packet. So after transmitting the next packet from the sender to the receiver should acknowledge that packet, and that acknowledgement should reach the sender, and after receiving that particular acknowledgement message, the sender will again retransmit the data. So if there is no acknowledgement message from the receiver, then the sender will wait for long time. Then the sender will wait till the acknowledgement message is received. So this is how flow control is accomplished in simple stop and wait protocol. So the rule followed by the sender is send only one data packet at a time. Send next packet only after receiving acknowledgement for the previous data packet. Next is the rule for the receiver. The receiver should send acknowledgement after receiving and consuming of data packet. After consuming packet, acknowledgement need to be sent. The advantage of stop and wait protocol is this is very easiest and simple to implement, as each of the frames are checked and acknowledged well. It can be used for noisy channels. This method is very accurate. The disadvantage is this method is fairly slow, as only one data packet is sent at a time. If the acknowledgement message is not received, then the sender will wait for infinite amount of time to transmit the next frame. So this is the disadvantage of simple stop and wait protocol. So let's understand the three problems that may arise in stop and wait protocol. The first problem is data lost. That is, the sender is sending a data packet to the receiver, and if the data is lost and the receiver cannot receive the data, then the sender waits for the acknowledgement. Though the data is not received by the receiver will not send the acknowledgement message. So the sender will wait for infinite amount of time because the sender cannot recognize what is the issue. So that is the first problem, data lost. The second thing is similar to this. Here the acknowledgement may get lost. That is, the data is received properly at the receiver and the receiver initiated the acknowledgement message, but this acknowledgement is lost. So the sender waits for the acknowledgement. Though the data is received by the receiver, but the acknowledgement signal is lost, so the sender will wait for infinite amount of time expecting the acknowledgement message, and it will not retransmit the next frame. So here also the sender will wait for infinite amount of time. Next one is delayed acknowledgement or data. That means the sender sends the data and after too much time due to some network delays, the acknowledgement may receive at the sender time after long time. This may create delay in the data transmission. So these are the three problems that may arise in simple stop and wait protocol. Thank you.